Two very similar players, both in height and what they bring offensively.
We mentioned it last week, also two players that started out playing at MAC schools. Jackson Ames at Miami University and Nolan Foster at Ohio University before finding their way to Marian. Bontrager hits the free throw to complete the three-point play, and Wildcats are back on top.
Yeah, it always does seem to be a bit of a journey for a lot of players on both the men's and women's side to find their right fit.
Whitaker curling, got the lane to the bucket, put it in. First two for Whitaker, comes in averaging just over 19 a game. Second on the team in that category. Bontrager tries a three that's way short. Whitaker snatches it up at the foul line. Etchison, stop and go move in the lane. He's encircled. Deflection goes to Gizzy. His 12-footer short. Just into the game is Noah Smith. And Noah Smith travels. Media timeout, so we'll take a break. 14:33 to go, first half. Knights with the basketball, leading by one. 12-11, we'll step out, come right back. It's Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network. Still
waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
There's Nathan Childress and Gus Etchison trading threes early in the game. Knights lead this one by one. Etchison off to a quick start with 8 points to lead the Knights. Rob Brown, Jim Leisure with you at the PE Center on Marian University campus, west side of Indianapolis. Happy you're spending part of your Saturday with us. Final weekend in February. Extra day next week, though, Jim. Leap day next Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'll take advantage of that. We'll see. May just walk the dog.
There you go. Gavin Foe came in for the Knights just before that media timeout. And Scott Heddy happy to have Gavin Foe back available. Etchison for three is short. Gavin had missed the last 3 games due to injury, but was able to give the Knights 17 minutes off the bench in the 4-point win at Mount Vernon Nazarene on Wednesday. Bontrager backing in on Foster, and a foul call. Boy, Foster had the arm straight up. May have brought the left arm down, however.
Well, that's the indication from the referee. He literally, you physically or actually just brought the hands down. We'll see it here on the replay. Right there, the right or the left arm.
Yep, left arm did come down, and so Josh Bryant comes on for the Knights. And you talked about it, Jim, the kind of the two-man, big man rotation of Ames and Foster for Scott Heddy. Already 3 fouls deep. Ames on the bench with 2, and that's Foster's first. Meanwhile, Bontrager hits both free throws, and the Wildcats are back on top. Etchison lost the handle en route to the basket and out of bounds.
Yeah, I didn't see a swipe at it. I think he, like I said, he just lost the handle on it. He had a free look at it, though.
Cleaver swings to Saunders, who's a dangerous three-point shooter, and Saunders knocks it in. Or Sanders, I should say. Sanders comes in shooting 67%, 14 of 21 from the three-point line. And he knocks in his first effort today. Foster looked for Etchison cutting back door, and the Knights turn it over again. 2 straight trips, 2 straight turnovers.
Yeah, just tried to get him the ball too close to in traffic there. And again, sometimes you can get the basketball into a player in a spot where it's just, you really tie him up.
Buchanan puts it up and in over the outstretched hand of Foe. 4 points for Buchanan.
Really nice job. I think he lost the handle on a little bit on the way in and was able to recover.
Foe, elbow jumper, good. Gavin Foe. First 2 for Gavin Foe.
Looks like another line change for Indiana Wesleyan. Coach Tonico is going to try to run them out of the gym here. Keep some fresh guys out there.
Bontrager. And again, the foul on Foster. Swiping down on the basketball. That's the second foul on Foster. So all 4 Knights fouls are against the 2 big men, and that might be the easiest call of the afternoon.
Really like how Bontrager, just very aggressive, goes to the rim. He knows right now you got both big men in a little bit of foul trouble. So look, again, put them in a bad situation. Foul me or let me finish. It's your choice.
Well, if the referees have called 2, you know they're looking for it. And their eyes are on it. So you go right to it. Bontrager makes 1 of 2. And the lead is 5. Dylan Moles from Greenfield Central High School waits at the table for the Knights. Whitaker fakes 2 defenders off their feet, missed the 17-footer. And here comes Buchanan into the forecourt.
Nice switch defensively there by Marian.
Bontrager played by Foe on the switch. Backs him down. Foe holds his ground. Bontrager flips it off the board and in. Boy, Cademan Bontrager with 8 points off the bench.
Well, Foe initially does a nice job of taking away the baseline, forcing Bontrager basically into no man's land, and then Bontrager just answers that with a nice little spin move and was able to get some contact going up.
Gavin Foe's first foul, the team's 5th. Bontrager rolls the free throw good. It's 22-14, biggest lead thus far for the Wildcats. Bryan gives to Ames, put it up and in, and a foul, blocking foul called. Ames was anxiously wanting to know if that bucket was going to count. While he was still laying on the floor, he wanted to know if it was counted. Fouls on DJ Moore, his second, the team's second. Second hoop of the game for Ames. Free throw good. Moore checks out with his second foul, and Noah Smith back in. Senior out of Indianapolis and Hamilton Southeastern High School. Buchanan drives, Ames to the bucket. A little too much English on the layup. Bontrager's there, though. His putback spins off. Knights fortunate there that the Wildcats couldn't finish at the rim. Couple freshmen there, Moles and Ankney working against each other. Ames, Childress poked it away backside. Childress stepping through the lane and puts it up and in.
Well, good defense, again, sneaking in behind the big fella, knocking it loose, and then hustling down and finishing on the other end.
Foe to the right side, fading and hitting. Gavin Foe. 5-point Wildcat lead. Childress picked up by Ames on the switch. Childress got the corner turned on Ames, and he finishes with a right hand.
And Ames with 2 fouls. He just can't really defend him.
Josh Bryan gives to Ames. Gizzy fumbled the dribble handoff into the Wesleyan bench.
Yeah, Maximus actually was losing his balance as he was coming around there and went on ahead, and they tried to get it to him, and unfortunately it was a decision between falling on your face or losing the basketball, so he chose to keep his balance but couldn't keep the ball.
Atchison and Henderson return for the Knights. Cleaver's back in for the Wildcats. Cleaver got the screen, got to the rim.
Little defensive breakdown there.
It's a 9-point lead. Atchison got to the rim and finishes for the Knights.
Well, he works for his buckets, doesn't he?
Atchison with 8. Childress drive and kick. Ball swung to Cleaver for the open 3. Bontrager, the traffic rebound. High, arcing putback up and in. Oh my. Bontrager with 11. And Ames on the finish.
Good look there by the assist. For the assist, got himself in a little bit of trouble. Turned around, saw the big fella wide open.
Ankney thought about the 3, had to give it back to Childress. He rushed the 3, and Henderson clears.
Ankney was wide open, got to the basket. Would have been an easy layup if they'd have got it to him.
Atchison hangs, shoots, partially blocked, and a foul called on Cleaver. His first, team's third. Media timeout on the floor, 8:23 to go first half. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. 30-23 the score. Indiana Wesleyan needs Marian. We'll step out for a quick pause, come right back. It's Marian University basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
There's Tamia Perryman, who had the big steal to help clinch the Knights' 3-point win earlier today over 4th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan. Capped a perfect regular season for Marian's women's team. Gus Etchison to the line to shoot 2 for the Knights as we resume play. First one on the way, no good. Today's game brought to us by AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Special thanks to AAA Roofing for their support of Marian Athletics. Today's game also brought to us by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights. Etchison misses both free throws, and the deficit holds at 7 for the Knights.
Got to be a very rare double miss as he shoots about 80%, 78 from the line coming in. So
Set the lineups for you out of this resumption of play. Cleaver lost the handle. Whitaker hits it ahead to Henderson. 2 defenders in pursuit. Henderson with the unfurl and finish at the rim. Ben Henderson, the bucket, his first 2. Henderson out there with Whitaker, Ames, Etchison, and Gizzy. Original starters on the floor for the Knights. Buchanan's shot is missed, but he rebounds his own miss. Great find in deep by Cleaver. He gets Bontrager at the rim for the dunk.
Bontrager having a fantastic half.
11 points off the bench for Caveman Bontrager. He's out there with Cleaver. Sanders is back in. Buchanan, DJ Moore. Foul at the rim. Foul is on Sanders. His first and the team's 4th. Etchison back to the line for 2 more.
Now, you got to forget the last 2, right?
Absolutely.
Refocus and just bend the knees, use the legs.
This one up and in. Nathan Childress stepping back in. Buchanan has a seat. Childress, one of 2 double-figure scorers on the floor for the Wildcats. Childress with 10, Caven Buchanan with 11. Gus Etchison becomes the first Knight to get to double figures. He has 10. 37-25. Knights have trailed by as much as 9. Knights have led by as much as 2. 7 minutes to go, first half. Sanders, corner 3. Got it again. 67% three-point shooter is Sanders, and he is 2 for 2 today. Etchison down the baseline, finds Whitaker. Henderson run off the line. Faking, shooting, and scoring. Boy, great job by Henderson with the shot fake to create space.
Yeah, really nice soft shot, too.
Cleaver throws it up for Bontrager, and Foe turns him away at the rim. Henderson attacks into Childress' chest and scores. High-low lob, and again, Foe blocks the shot. Actually blocked the pass, but Etchison fakes. 3-pointer, in and out. Boy, that would have brought the crowd alive. Henderson's 3 rattled out. Timeout, 30-second timeout called by Greg Tonigal. We'll stay here. But a couple defensive plays by Gavin Foe. Block shot and then a deflected pass on the subsequent possession, but Ben Henderson with a finish.
Yeah, threw a little contact there too. And you know what, seems to me, Rob, that basically Marian's been a little sluggish, but in the last couple of minutes they seem to have gotten back on track.
Well, today's game is brought to us by our friends at BSN. Thank you to BSN. Proud to be the preferred partner and provider of apparel for Marian Knight Athletics. Final regular season game for these 2 programs. Men's Crossroads League tournament begins on Wednesday night. We'll have the Marian men's game against Bethel here on Wednesday night, here on the ISC Sports Network. 7 o'clock tip for that one. Women's game on Tuesday night as well, as Marian's women will take on Goshen at 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us for both of those. First round Crossroads League tournament action. Bontrager passes out of the post double and finds a cutting Noah Smith for his first 2. 37-31.
Nice little soft touch in traffic there.
Entry pass in the post, deflected and stolen by Cleaver. Shovels back to Sanders. Great find in deep to Bontrager. Boy, Sanders could have put up the three. He certainly earned that opportunity with 2 straight, but found a layup for his teammate Bontrager. Back to an 8-point advantage. Etchison thought Foe was cutting to the goal, and the pass goes out of bounds. Josh Bryan returns for Gizzy for the Knights. 39-31. Childress lost it in traffic, but got to the deck to keep it alive. Plenty of time for the Knights, or for the Wildcats rather. Ankney takes Etchison to the baseline, and Etchison pokes it away. Etchison finds Henderson running. Bryan spot up 3, got it. Well, you give Josh Bryan time to measure one, you like his chances.
Well, and those points off those live ball turnovers there, I think Ankney got underneath, maybe got in a spot where he probably didn't want it to be necessarily, got the ball knocked away. Leads to the wide open 3 on the other end.
Smith backing down Whitaker. Takes him into the paint. Whitaker blocked the shot and a foul called.
There was a whole lot of contact throughout that entire sequence there. A lot of bumping and shoving, and finally the whistle blows. There's a shove, there's a shove and a bump.
Oh my. Media timeout called, 4:13. We'll do the same as the first half hits the under 5 minute. Indiana Wesleyan leads by 5, 39-34. We're back in a minute as well, as you're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISE Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Rob Brown, Jim Leisure back with you at the PE Center on the campus of Marian University. Indiana Wesleyan ranked number 6 in the country, and NAIA leads the Knights by 5, 39-34. Noah Smith to the line, 4-2.
Noah shoots about 69% as he drains the first one. What you couldn't see off the screen there was Brody Whitaker was talking to the official, and the official was doing a good job of explaining why I called that foul, and the two of them seemed to understand each other.
Yeah, he and Jason Enrique having the conversation. 41-34. Indiana Wesleyan comes in averaging just over 90 points per game. That's tops in the Crossroads League. Henderson tries the 3. That was way off, but Foster snuck in, got the rebound, blocked from behind. Foster gets another rebound. Possession continues for the Knights. Etchison to Henderson. Into Childress, rattles out. Foster's there to clean it up. So 2 offensive rebounds for Foster on that possession that ends with the Knights bucket. Childress and Etchison poked it free off the end line as Childress turned the corner.
You're going to see this one come right at you.
That was
our cameraman,
right in the breadbasket of our guy Eric Connect down there on the baseline.
And Eric was open. I mean,
He
he was
was.
open. I don't know if he could have converted the basket, but
Childress. Elbow fader short. Etchison waits for the screen either side. Now he's got an avenue. Look away to Gizzy for a corner 3. Short. Nice traffic rebound. Ankney in the corner for three. That one's short. Knights are all over that one. Gray shirts surrounding the rebound. Scott Heddy says, let's get it up the floor.
Yeah, they definitely have been playing, both teams playing really fast right now.
Etchison tried a wraparound pass to Foster, and that wasn't there.
Yeah, maybe a little reckless there.
Buchanan runs right into the chest of Foster, and Foster takes his third foul.
Yeah, was there any doubt what Buchanan was going to do with the basketball here? I mean, he's a scorer, and there's no chance he's passing this thing. He's going to the rim.
Well, certainly once he got below the foul line extended, and he saw that Foster was even with him, and there's no way Foster was going to get square with him.
Yep.
He's taking that to the rim. Foster heads to the bench with his third foul. Buchanan's free throw is good.
It's kind of what receivers say about defensive backs in football. If we're even, I'm leaving.
Yes.
I'm walking away from you.
Buchanan hits two after missing two from the line to begin the game. 43-36. Wildcats have led throughout much of this first half, led by as much as 9. Quick catch and shoot three by Brian is good. 2 threes for Brian off the bench. That's what he does.
Yep.
4th in the conference in three-point percentage at 42%. Moore back into the game. It's to Cleaver on the wing. Cleaver gets back to Moore, who puts it up and in, and a foul.
Well, nice job of driving the lane, and then at the last second finding the open player and gets an assist, a foul, and an old-fashioned opportunity for a three.
Believe it's Gizzy's foul. They've not put it on the board yet.
DJ Moore converts the charity toss there, 78% clip.
3-point play. Not even put the points on the scoreboard yet. 46-39. Sarcastic cheer from the crowd on that foul. Buchanan's first foul and the team's 5th.
Yeah, the board a little confused right now. There they go, they fixed it.
Brian cut off on the baseline. Etchison got the step down the lane. Ball swung to Whitaker for a high arcing three that's good. Brody Whitaker has not had a lot of opportunities to shoot it. Just his 5th point of the game.
Very good ball movement there. The ball never hit the floor.
Buchanan, and a travel called. Well, you saw on that play, Jim, I think why Scott Heddy was so anxious to get Gavin Foe back in the lineup, because he does some things defensively. He can guard much bigger players.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's listed as 6'3", but he does a really nice job really on both ends of the floor. But
entry pass kicked.
Ankney does what you're coached to do, you know. Throw that leg out there. If you get it, you kick it, then they'll reset it.
Gizzy picked up on the switch. Now Etchison, 10 seconds to shoot. Up and under move. Couldn't get the roll. Flying in. Whitaker takes the rebound away, and he traveled. Shuffled, trying to create some space against Bontrager.
That's what he did. I mean, again, he's trying to create contact to try to get a three-point play, but in doing so, as you see here, he walks and you see Gizzy saying, daggone it.
That's turnover number 7 on the Knights. Final minute of the first half. Knights trail by 4. Cleaver on the trail. In the corner, Smith gets Whitaker off his feet, pulls in, and misses the 15-footer. Scott Heddy says, let's hurry up. 2 for 1 if the Knights hurry. Gizzy down the lane. Ball swung to Whitaker for 3. off the rim. And Knights tapping for it. Out of bounds. And go back to the Wildcats. Shot clock off.
Well, if you're Indiana Wesleyan, obviously, again, with the shot clock being off, you're not necessarily forced to shoot. Now, it doesn't mean you won't. They may still come down and just try to play regular basketball, and if they get a good shot, take it. But you certainly could just kind of salt this away, and if you miss it, you go into the halftime up by 4. We'll see what they decide to do.
46-42.
Looks like they are content with using it up.
Bontrager with 9. Kills the dribble and throws it away. Childress cut one way and the pass went the other. So now the Knights have 6 seconds to work with. The Wildcats do have a foul to give.
They could.
Just 5 team fouls, so the Wildcats could strategically give a foul here. Etchison, 3 out front. Short. Now do it. So in the first half that was largely controlled by Indiana Wesleyan, the Knights find themselves down only 4. High-scoring first half here at the PE Center in the regular season finale. Halftime score, Indiana Wesleyan 46, Marian 42. Stay tuned. We'll step out for a couple minutes, come back. Halftime festivities are next. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Rob Brown, Jim Leisure back with you at the PE Center on the campus of Marian University as Indiana Wesleyan leads the Knights of Marian by the score of 46-42. Look at how this first half unfolded. We had 4 lead changes in that first half, and all 4 lead changes took place in the first 6 minutes. From that point forward, Indiana Wesleyan controlled, at least controlled the lead. The Knights were able to chip it back to as close as 4, which is where we stand now. Indiana Wesleyan led by as much as 9 in the first half. The Knights' biggest lead was 2. That was at 10-8 at just under 16 minutes. Both teams shooting the ball well. Indiana Wesleyan shooting 59%, 16 out of 27. Marian an even 50, 17 of 34. I don't know, Jim, that there's any one number that jumps out. Marian's been outscored by 6 points at the foul line, 10-4. Both teams hitting 4 threes. Turnovers relatively even, 8-7. General impressions from what you saw in that first half?
Well, I very competitive half, and as the score indicates, both these teams do shoot the ball well. They shot the ball well all season long, so no real surprise there. I guess the biggest thing is the fouls of the two-headed monster for Marian and Jackson Ames and Nolan Foster. They got 5 fouls between them. Foster has 3 and Ames has 2. That could become an issue in the second half if Indiana Wesleyan continues to attack those guys. and they get in foul trouble and then basically out of the game, it's going to change the way that Coach Hetty has to play because he likes to have at least one of those guys in at all times. So really the biggest number for me are the fouls.
Well, you look, the other thing, you talked about both of these teams have multiple double-figure scores. There's no way around that mathematically. When you look, Marian averages 85 points per game and Indiana Wesleyan averages 90. You don't put up those sorts of team totals without having multiple double-figure scores. But for right now, for Marian, Brody Whitaker has just 5 points. Gus Etchison has 10 to lead Marian. So you're kind of waiting for Marian, from a Marian perspective, you're waiting for that second and third scorer to kind of pop and have a big second half. For Marian, Maximus Gizzi and Brody Whitaker, who both are double-figure scorers, they've combined for just 7 points in the first half, whereas the secondary scores for Indiana Wesleyan in Nathan Childress and Caveman Bontrager, they've combined for 23, and that's been a big difference in the ballgame.
Oh, yeah, Bontrager's been really big because, again, he averages about 14 a night, and he's already got that. So we'll see what he can do in the second half. As far as the lower numbers for the traditional double-figure scorers on the Marian side, credit the Wildcat defense. I mean, they're obviously they don't go to school just to eat their lunch. They watch film, and they know who the scorers are, and they got good coaches, so they're doing a good job of taking those guys away, forcing them to shoot shots that they either A, wouldn't normally shoot, or B, don't shoot well.
4-point lead for the 6th-ranked team in NAIA nationally. That's the Indiana Wesleyan. 46-42 our score. We'll go ahead and take our first break here in the halftime show. When we come back, we'll have more from the PE Center on the campus of Marian University as you're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Well, let's take a look at our first half highlights. Nathan Childress hitting a couple threes in that first half for Indiana Wesleyan. Gus Etchison hitting a three as well for the Knights. Both players scoring 10 points in that first half. Etchison got off to a quick start, scoring 6 of Marian's first 8. But there's Jim, the aforementioned Caveman Bontrager, who leads all scorers with 13 points. His 13 came off the bench.
Yeah, and again, a lot of them came in off of second chance rebounds, but all in the paint, and just does a real good job of just being around the ball, and always somehow it ends up in his hands, and he ends up with a really good look.
Gavin Foe made some nice defensive plays off the bench for the Knights. Here's the one that resulted in a hit-ahead layup for Ben Henderson.
Henderson's been big for the Knights as well. Just, again, hitting some big outside shots, but also hitting shots that you saw there right at the rim.
Brody Whitaker making one of the 4 Knights threes in the first half. Full of senior Knights cheerleaders being honored here at halftime. Take a look at the halftime numbers. We mentioned Gus Etchison leading the Knights with 10 points. Jackson Ames has 7 points. 6 apiece for Josh Bryan and Ben Henderson. 5 for Brody Whitaker. 4 for Gavin Foe. 2 apiece for Maximus Gizzi and Nolan Foster. For Indiana Wesleyan, Caden Bontrager with 13 points. Nathan Childress with 10. Javen Buchanan with 8 points. Kyle Sanders, 6 off the bench. 4 points for Noah Smith. 3 for DJ Moore. 2 for Griffin Cleaver. 4 3-pointers for each team. Indiana Wesleyan outscoring the Knights 10-4 from the foul line. Wesleyan was 10 out of 13, and the Knights were 4 out of 6. Go ahead and take another break here at the PE Center. When we come back, we'll lead you up to the start of the second half and this regular season finale here at Marian. Indiana Wesleyan leads the Knights 46-42. We're back with more in a moment. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Now both teams back out on the floor getting ready for the start of the second half. We mentioned Crossroads League Conference Tournament getting underway next Wednesday on the men's side. Both of these teams locked into their respective slots. Actually, slots 1 through 5 are already set, regardless of the outcome of today's games. Grace, the top seed in the conference tournament. I don't know if you knew this, Jim, but Grace, who lost last Wednesday night, as in 10 days ago at Huntington, the Lancers come into today's play 26-1 on the season. Grace was the last men's team in the country, any division, to lose a game.
Wow, I did not know that.
They were the last men's team in the college basketball in any division to lose a game. So Grace will be the top seed in the conference tournament. Indiana Wesleyan will be the 2 seed. Huntington will be the 3 seed. Marian the 4 seed. Bethel the 5 seed. After that, it gets a little murky. You've got St. Francis, Spring Arbor. Spring Arbor could be either 6 or 7. St. Francis could be either 6, 7, or 8. Taylor could be 7 or 8, or could drop to 9 and fall out of it because only the top 8 make it. Mount Vernon Nazarene, albeit a long shot, but if Mount Vernon Nazarene were to win at Grace today, they could actually move up into the 8th spot, albeit unlikely. It's possible. So you're looking at possibly 4 teams in the mix for the final 3 spots. But again, the top 5 spots locked in before we began play today for the 8-team Crossroads League Conference Tournament, which begins on Wednesday night. And we'll have the Marian-Bethel game, which will be round 1, beginning here on Wednesday, and the better seeded team will host each round, each game, I should say, all the way through. So Marian, by being the 4 seed in that 4-5 matchup, gets to host the game on Wednesday night. Today's game is brought to us by Indiana Members Credit Union. Indiana Members Credit Union is proud to support Marian University and now offers a Marian Knights debit card. The card is included when you open a free IMCU checking account. Get your Marian Knights debit card and show your support. Visit IMCU, any IMCU branch, or sign up online now at imcu.com. Today's game is also brought to us by Tom O'Brien, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. If saving money is important to you, visit Tom O'Brien, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, a proud sponsor of Marian Athletics. Tom O'Brien is Indy's preferred Jeep dealer with 2 locations and the biggest Jeep inventory in Indiana. To show our support, Tom O'Brien will donate $200 to Marian for every car any student, parent, or employee or friend of Marian buys when you mention this promo. Go Knights and go to Tom O'Brien to see how our family works for you since 1933. Indiana Wesleyan basketball to start the second half. Original starters on the floor for both teams. For Wesleyan, that's Moore, Childress, Ankney, Cleaver, and Buchanan. Buchanan spinning, gets Henderson off his feet on the pump fake and lays it in. Starters on the floor for the Knights as well. That's Etchison, Gizzy, Whitaker, Henderson, and Ames. Etchison goes right to the bucket, draws a foul on Moore en route. Moore's foul, his 3rd, team first. Good hard drive by Etchison.
See a little bump there, just moved him just a little bit.
Etchison played by Ankney on the switch, attacks, twists, and lays it in.
Really, really difficult to defend. He's so quick, and again, has that leaping ability.
Cleaver right side. Cross court skip to Moore. Step back 3. Cleaver's good. Cleaver leads the team with 53 pointers coming in. That's his first one today. And the lead back to 7. Gizzy lost the handle but got it back. Ames deep post. Wants the side cleared. Waits for the double. Gets it back with 8. Backs his way in right into a tie-up. But the arrow favors the Knights. That's the good news. Bad news is only 5 seconds to shoot.
5 seconds is really, though, a lot of time. I mean, if you can get the ball in and you can pass it at least twice.
Whitaker down the baseline, crashes into the defender and flips it in off the board. Brody Whitaker, Knights certainly would like to see him get a hot hand here in the second half. Cleaver kicks to Ankney for the corner 3, that's good. Marcus Ankney, the freshman out of Center Grove High School, tosses in his first points of the afternoon.
Saw him play a little bit on ISC when they were up at Kokomo for that big Kokomo Classic.
Absolutely, yeah. Etchison misses the driving layup, but Ames is there to clean it up for the dunk. And Ames, coming off a double-double on Wednesday night, is a point away from a double-figure scoring afternoon. Stolen away by the Knights. Henderson gives to Etchison. Long three. That looks short as soon as he let it go. Buchanan racing the other way. Knights retreating. Ankney, corner three. That one's off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, just obviously he must have rushed out a little bit. He's normally not that far off.
Gizzy drives Ankney. Bumped on his way to the rim is Gizzy. Ankney's foul, his first. Team second. Josh Bryan into the game for Gizzy. Sanders and Smith return for the Wildcats. Henderson ISO'd against Childress. Threw in a low pass to Bryan, who flips it up and in. Well, that's a rare around the rim shot for Josh Bryan, who came in attempting 83% of his shots from behind the line. Speaking of which, Childress hits his third three of the game. Etchison hangs and scores. Oh my.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
The degree of difficulty on his shots.
Yeah.
Off the charts.
He works for him. And again, it helps because, again, he gets at such great elevation, he has more time to create.
Buchanan too strong with his turnaround. Etchison comes the other way. Wildcats send a second defender. Henderson finds Ames under the bucket, stripped by Cleaver. Cleaver head of steam. Ball swung to Childress for another three. That one short. And Ames one-hands the rebound. Whitaker takes Childress in the lane, goes right into his chest. Too strong with the shot at the rim. Well, that was a good look by Whitaker. Cleaver has an avenue to the goal. Reverse layup, though, slammed off the bottom of the rim. Now the Knights have numbers the other way. Etchison sprinting to the rim, crashed into the chest of Sanders and draws the foul.
Well, down here on this end here, Jackson Ames does not get the block, but he got basically the alteration there, and that leads to this breakaway, and you see the foul. He definitely altered the shot.
Yes, he did. Sanders second, team second. Gus Etchison shoots two. First one up and in. Bontrager's back in for the Wildcats. Nolan Foster and Gavin Foe return for the Knights. Etchison short on the second one. Four-point game. Knights go zone for the first time today.
Yeah, how about that? Nice job. I think it's always good to change it up a little bit. Give them a little different look. Make them adjust.
Bontrager in the lane, jumps into Foster as he got Foster off his feet. Well, I don't think they will give Bontrager, or Buchanan, a shooting foul, rather. We'll have a media timeout, though, first. 14:52 to go in this one. Indiana Wesleyan leads by 4. We'll come back right back after this pause. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Now 14:52 to go. Indiana Wesleyan leads Marian 57-53. Happy you're spending part of your Saturday afternoon with us. Javen Buchanan shooting 2 as we resume play. Sophomore out of Lafayette Jeff High School.
Very impressive, 85% from the line coming in.
Both free throws good. Back to a 6-point Wildcat advantage. Trying to find Brian off the screen. Foster stays on the floor playing with 4 fouls for the Knights. Josh Bryan wide open for 3. Missed it short. But Gavin Foe snuck in and got the rebound.
Doing some more of that dirty work.
Deep post position. Foster off the feed scores.
The Foe keeping it alive again. He's just everywhere.
Sanders was left alone but did not shoot it. Left alone 3 times, missed it. We hesitate to leave a 67% three-point shooter open. But Sanders missed it. Gizzy has an avenue and the shot is blocked by Bontrager. Oh my goodness. That ball might have ended up in the lobby.
I have him for 2 blocks on the day. He's just been had a really nice game.
I'm not exaggerating. I think that ball ended up in the lobby.
Yeah, I think it did leave the doorway over there. Now, again, as a coach, you want him to block it, but try to keep it in play so that one of your teammates can hopefully scoop it up and go the other way with it.
Marian ball, 19 to shoot.
It is always impressive when you block it 8 rows deep, but you can't really convert that.
Bryan catch and shoot 3. That one too strong. Rebound tapped, and Foe's got another offensive rebound. Etchison, pull up, hanging, shooting, in and out. Foster's got it, and he's got 2 straight buckets, and the Knights are within 2.
Well, that's that age-old question. You take a kid out with 4 or leave him in.
Buchanan missed the 3, and Etchison up high to get it. Knights can tie with a hoop. Etchison turns the corner, shovels to Foster. He collects, missed it, and a foul called, late one. Late foul called on Buchanan. Buchanan had the basketball, and Wildcats were heading the other way, but Nolan Foster's at the line with a chance to tie the game.
The official indicated there was contact to the head, so.
I think I got the feeling that he was waiting for the traffic to clear so he could read a jersey number.
Oh, he definitely was doing that as well. Because even after he blew the whistle, he still had to do a little leaning and moving to get the number.
Nolan Foster has scored 6 straight points, and in doing so has tied the game at 59. First time the Knights have been in this position since 8-8. Greg Tonigal wants time. And the Knights faithful on their feet with 13:05 to go will stay here.
Well, yeah, I started to get into it a little bit.
Well, this is a media timeout, I believe, so we'll go ahead and take a break.
Yep,
we'll go ahead and take a break. 13:05 to go. We're all tied up. The Knights have come back from 8 down to tie it up. We'll step out, come right back. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you. Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
This is the Pepsi for America's best barbecue. Worthy of 100-mile detours and 1,000 likes. Looks good. This is the Pepsi for mopping, dipping, and dousing. Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Well, they came back to action quicker than they told us they would, so Indiana Wesleyan ran a quick possession. Ball was knocked out of bounds, so the Wildcats have 5 to shoot on the deflection. Into Sanders for 3, no good, and the Knights get a stop. Chance for Marian to take its first lead since 12-11. Brian gets the defender off his feet. Elbow jumper, good. And the Knights have the lead. Bontrager down the baseline, missed it, but he's fouled by Brian on the nudge. 2 shots for Cademan Bontrager. This run, Jim, has coincided with the Knights going to a zone defense.
Well, again, a lot of times you give them just a different look, something that they haven't really prepared for. Maybe you haven't played a lot of it on film. Coaches really didn't go over it a lot with the kids. They just assumed you weren't going to play it. And it can have a devastating effect on teams.
Bontrager makes both. Knots the game up at 61. Jackson Ames back in the game, as is Ben Henderson. Etchison weaving through the traffic. Flips it back out to Henderson. Etchison gets it back. Now he attacks off the board and in. Never stops moving, does Etchison.
Nice little kiss off the glass there. Good control of the ball.
Etchison with 17 to lead the Knights. Buchanan down the lane, put it up, put it in. Drove the foul on Ames. Ames third, team fourth.
Again, you see just how he uses his left shoulder right here, and you're going to work back into the defender, get the contact. And a good job, body control, good strength, finishes.
Buchanan missed the free throw. He'd made 4 in a row before that miss. 63-63. Etchison bumped, flips it up, couldn't get the roll. Would have counted had it gone. Moore called for the foul. His fourth, team fifth, beg your pardon.
So DJ Moore for Indiana Wesleyan and Nolan Foster for Marian playing with 4. And then I started to talk about this earlier. You know, as a coach, you say, what do you do with a kid with 4? Do you sit him down? Well, if you sit him down, he can't help you. And Foster helped him big time. You know, he's got 6 points. You know, and had he not been on the floor, he wouldn't have done that for you. If he fouls out, he's out of the game and he can't help you. I mean, it's a real catch-22.
Greg Tonigal opts to sit Moore for now as he departs and Noah Smith returns. Etchison makes both free throws. Etchison 9.5, 19 in the game. Knights back on top by 2. Lob in deep. Whitaker tapped it away, and Ames has the loose ball but throws it away. Indecision there. Threw it between two teammates, and Childress has the loose ball. Shot clock resets. Buchanan. Ames got a piece of the shot and a foul called at the rim.
Oh, nice slash and nice recognition here. You're going to see he gives it up.
Foul called on Etchison on the reach-in. I thought for a second they might have called that foul on Ames.
So did I, and I didn't think that there was a lot of contact on Ames, and I'm not 100% sure there was a ton of contact on Etchison.
Yeah, and looking at the replay, there was no contact by Ames.
No, correct.
Etchison's foul, just his first. Buchanan, second free throw, ties the game. Javen Buchanan with 16, and he departs, replaced by Marcus Ankney. 65-65 our score. Gizzy's post pass is kicked out of bounds. 20-second clock for the Knights. Etchison trapped in the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Noah Smith.
Yep. They got what they wanted there. Again, they got the trap, and again, the ball just unfortunately goes off Noah Smith.
Etchison topside with 10 to shoot. Whitaker bounced it. Ames with a dunk and a foul. All 5 players touched it on that sequence off the inbounds, and it ends with a Jackson Ames dunk. Ames in the double figures for the second straight game. 11 points. Free throw up and in. Foul went to Noah Smith, his first. Team 6. Three-point Knights lead, their biggest. Ames contested the shot at the point of the rim. And ball out of bounds, back to the Knights.
Yeah, good call there. The ball clearly off Bontrager. He was trying to corral it, unable to do so.
Etchison looking for driving space in the lane, put it up, drew the foul, took it right at Smith, but Etchison shaken up on the baseline, a little slow to get up.
His teammate's doing basically a horrible job of stabilizing his body, moving him all around.
Yeah, that's not what they teach you at athletic training school,
No.
kids.
Take the arm, start winding it around.
Do not do that. Second foul on Smith. 7th on Indiana Wesleyan, so the Wildcats are over the foul limit the rest of the way.
He just lands a little hard on that shoulder. And
Etchison, first free throw, good.
does not affect the shot.
His 17th 20-point game of the year. This is the 28th game of the season. Second one good as well. 4 straight free throws for Etchison. And it's a 5-point Marian lead halfway through the final half, or the second half. Etchison had the steal, lost it. Whitaker picked it up loose on the floor. So the Knights get the turnover. Scott Heddy wanting a specific action. I'm going to try and see if they can't get Etchison the basketball again. Set something up for his leading scorer. Whitaker attacks. Might have gotten away with a push off to get some space, and he capitalizes with the runner off the board. 7-point lead 7-0 run of the Knights breaking away from a 65 all tie. Cleaver for three. Got it. Oh my. Second three of the half for Griffin Cleaver.
Now, he's a guy that's been held in check by Marian pretty well. Be nice if they could get him untracked here.
Whitaker lost his footing but kept the dribble. Etchison, a fadeaway heat check three that's short. Noah Smith tries a three that's off the rim. Rebound picked up off the floor by Gizzy. And we've got a media timeout. Media timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. Media timeout. Knights lead by 4. 8:17 to go. We're back in a moment. You're watching Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine. Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Now 8:17 to go. Marian leads this game by 4, 72-68 over Indiana Wesleyan. This afternoon's game brought to us by First Onsite, formerly More Restoration. Here to help you power through whatever comes your way, from fire and flood to catastrophic storms or biohazards. They have the team, technology, and resources to help you restore, rebuild, and rise. Go Knights. Speaking of teams, we've got a great team working with us today. Vince Morellis, our director, Jordan Shue on the replay, Sean Walker, Rob Lynch, Eric Connect, Carlos Alarcon IV on the cameras with us here at the PE Center on the campus of Marian University. I'm Rob Brown alongside Jim Leisure. Happy you're with us. Knights ball out of the timeout. Whitaker drives into a double team, finds Henderson. Whitaker stumbling, fading in the lane. 12-footer rolls off. Buchanan. No space against Ames. Noah Smith working against Etchison. Off the window and in. Oh my, Noah Smith with a tough drive. 4 straight points by the Wildcats after the Knights had built a 7-point lead. Etchison calls for the screen from Ames. Over to Henderson. Thought about a three. Now left alone, steps into one. Got it. Ben Henderson. His first three of the game. First Knights three of the second half. Buchanan gets to the rim and scores.
Well, between Buchanan and Etchison, just watching those guys go to the rim, it's an absolute pleasure.
Etchison jumps up in the air to throw the pass and throws it right to Sanders. Smith. Childress three for the tie. Off the rim. Cleaver, though, crashing in. He timed that rebound from the arc, got a running start and laid it in. 1-point game. Cleaver has 8 of his 10 in the second half.
Coach Hetty has Foe and Brian at the scorers table ready to check in.
Etchison splits the double. Whitaker for three. Got it. Brody Whitaker for three. 7 for Whitaker in the half, 12 in the game.
Well, both teams just keep answering. Every time one of them goes on a little bit of a run, the other one answers.
Inside 6 minutes to go. Buchanan spins on Henderson. Henderson fouled him. Buchanan, circus shot, flipped it in, and a foul. What a shot by Buchanan. Oh, my.
That is just great court awareness. He knows exactly where he's at. He gets the contact and then just feels like, okay, you know, if I spin it this way, it's got a chance.
Wow, had his back to the basket and flipped it in. First foul on Henderson, 5th on the Knights.
You just got to get it up there. Get it up there soft, let it bounce around, maybe it goes in.
Buchanan hits the free throw. (78-77). Gavin Foe has returned, as has Josh Bryan, as Jim mentioned. Whitaker, another three. That one's short on the front of the rim. Bryan flying in, able to save it out to Etchison. Possession continues for the Knights. Etchison drives to the basket and draws the foul. And the Wildcats are over the limit. We get a timeout on the floor. Media timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 4:56 left. Knights hanging on to a 1-point lead, 78-77. We'll step out, come right back. Marian Knights basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
78-77 the score, 4:56 to go. And we'll get all of the up-to-the-minute information on Knights athletics at MUKnights.com. Follow them on Twitter at MUKnights. That's at MUKnights. Again, MUKnights.com. Follow them on Twitter at MUKnights. And if you're thinking about joining the In Club, do so. It's the absolute best way to support the student athletes at Marian University. For more information, visit marian.edu/mclub. Out of the timeout, Gus Etchison shooting 2 free throws. Actually, the 1-and-1. They call that foul on the floor. So a 1-and-bonus situation. So free throws number 12 and 13 for Etchison. Up and in. Etchison 10 of 13 from the line today. Back to a 3-point Marian lead.
Marian still in that zone.
Cleaver's 3 is in and out. Boy, that was in the cylinder and popped out. Ames with the rebound. Etchison down the baseline. Bryan in the corner for 3. In and out. So each team has a 3 rattle out. Cleaver fouled on his way to the rim by Etchison. Etchison's foul, his second. Team 6. So one more Knights foul will put the Wildcats in the bonus the rest of the way. Moore is back in for the Wildcats, playing with 4 fouls. Buchanan couldn't get the roll. Ball loose on the floor. Bryan goes to the deck and saves it to Ames. Bryan won the battle for that loose ball with Cleaver. And Ames is held by 2 defenders in the block. Let's see. Sanders will get it. You could put 2 names in a hat and pick one out.
Yeah. And you said it perfectly. He was just absolutely being held.
Bontrager and Sanders were both there. This is a 1-and-1 situation, though, as that's team foul 9, and the foul was called on the floor. So 1-and-1 for Ames.
Ames for a big fella, 77% from the line. You don't always see that. A lot, for some reason, big guys, all the way back to the days of Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal, they always seem to struggle at the line, but he does a nice job.
2 for 2 today is Ames. 2 straight double-figure scoring efforts. Free throw up and in. And Ames had 13 points and 10 rebounds in 25 minutes in the 4-point win on Wednesday night for his second double-double of the year. That win at Mount Vernon Nazarene on Wednesday. Both free throws converted. Back to a 5-point Knights lead inside 4 minutes. Smith to the rim against Etchison's defense. And Childress comes away with the offensive rebound, wrestling it away from Ames to lay it in. 15 for Nathan Childress. Faux hands to Etchison. Etchison turns the corner, tried to lob to Ames and threw it away. 2-on-2. Cleaver's fumbling up the side, lost the basketball, and it goes to the Knights. Not really sure what Cleaver's plan was there.
Yeah, just out of control. Yeah, there's a difference between being aggressive and being out of control. Coach Wood used to say, be quick, but don't hurry, and that's what he meant.
Guess he killed his dribble and needs help. Atchison has it with 10 to shoot. Atchison down the baseline, explodes at the rim. Up high, missed it, but Whitaker's there to clean it up and lay it in. Brody Whitaker, 9.5, 14 in the game. Back to a 5-point lead with 2.5 to go.
Fill in the stat sheet there. You get an offensive board and a bucket.
7 rebounds for Whitaker to lead the team today. Buchanan sidesteps Ames and lays it in. Buchanan with 25 points. 84-81.
Boy, both of these ball games have come right down to the wire.
2 minutes to go.
For the folks who paid for the admission, they certainly don't want to. There's not going to be anybody at the box office saying they want their money back.
Atchison with 7 to shoot. In the lane to Gizzy. Whitaker looks at the clock. Gizzy, 3 to beat the horn. Couldn't find the rim, and shot clock violation. Indiana Wesleyan calls time. We'll stay here. 1:44 to go. We'll stay here as Indiana Wesleyan calls one of its 2 remaining timeouts, with the Knights leading by 3. Well, Marian University is excited to launch their new strategic fundraising campaign to enhance the student-athlete experience across campus. Because of the generosity of several Marian donors, all new gifts or pledges until April of 2024 to athletic scholarship funds and the Faculty Enhancement Fund will be matched up to $1 million. To make your gift to support these efforts, please visit marian.edu/journey to 2030. Additional information can be found on MUKnights.com. Well, DJ B-Rad entertaining the faithful here at the PE Center.
The Marian fans a little nervous there, unable to enjoy it.
a little nervous.
Yeah, chewing some fingernails there.
A little nervous. Now, if you're just joining us, the Marian women winning the front end of this doubleheader today in a matchup between two of the top 4 teams in the country. Second-ranked Marian women winning 68-65 over the 4th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan women to cap an 18-0 conference season. Congrats to Coach Brooks and the MU Knights. We'll head into the Crossroads League Conference Tournament next Tuesday night as the 1 seed. Inside 100 seconds to go. Knights have been in a 2-3 zone for about the last 15 minutes. Almost thrown away. Cleaver down the baseline. Bontrager, 3 for the tie. No good. Tapped up over the rim. Cleaver got the rebound. Lost it down the baseline. Out of bounds. Oh my. They say it's Indiana Wesleyan basketball.
I think what happened here was he tipped the ball. The ball stayed in bounds. He went out of bounds, came back in, reestablished himself. They're going to talk about it.
And they're going to change the call, I believe.
Okay, so then they're saying he did not get back in.
Well, no, hang on a second. They're going to look at the call. It's inside 2 minutes, so they can actually take a replay and take a look at the replay, I should say.
Yeah, a tremendous effort. Again, he couldn't corral the ball, so he tipped it. The ball stayed in bounds. He ran out of bounds and came back in and was able to recover. Let's see what happens here. Watch this as he tips it back to his left. Like, it gets tipped. So he's out of bounds. Does he come back in and reestablish himself? And then does the ball hit the line before Ames touches it and it hits the line?
So the officials are looking at the same thing that we're all looking at. Replay from our truck. To see whether Kleber touched it last.
Yeah, I think the question is, because Cleaver touches it, does it hit the line before Ames hits it?
Yeah, that's the discussion point.
And I think it does, frankly, from what I've seen. At first, I thought he was able to reestablish himself back inside. Watch his feet. There's 1. There's 2. Let it roll. So now he's the last one to touch it, right? So does it hit the line before
absolutely.
Ames
Right
does
there.
it?
Yeah, the ball's out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's a good work by our crew.
And good work by everybody. Great camera work, great officiating. Get it right, man. I mean, where else you going to go? It's a 3-point game. I got nowhere to be. Take another, 90 seconds and look at it and get it right.
King Hero doesn't close till 9.
That's right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So the Knights get a stop, have the ball up 3. Ball knocked out of bounds by Cleaver.
Cleaver better watch it. He's going to get teed up. He just told the official that's 2.
Yeah.
Meaning that's 2 in a row you've missed.
Yeah, you tread carefully there.
Yeah. That's good officiating, too. You can ignore some of that stuff. In a game this close, players are, everyone's giving their best effort, including the officials. I can ignore a little bit of it, and he did.
Atchison. Whitaker. 3. Got it. That's a Titanic shot. And the Knights up 6. Inside 50 seconds to go. Cleaver's 3 is long and Ames up high to get it. Childress wraps him up. And the Knights faithful on their feet. Brody Whitaker with 12 in the second half. We mentioned him, Jim, at the halftime that he might be a key in terms of him getting hot and getting on the scoring track. Foul on Childress, his first, but that's foul 10, so it's a 2-shot situation for Ames. Free throw up and in.
He's awfully smooth, and again, we talked about how big fellas seem to struggle. You would think if you're 7 feet tall, that you could almost reach out and just kind of finger roll the thing in. But that has not been the case down through the years for a lot of big fellas.
Second one up and in. 89-81.
His sixth free throw on the day. Nice job at the line, kid.
30 seconds to go, an 8-point lead. Scott Hetty says don't foul. Bontrager drives Foe to the baseline, flips it up and in. 6-point game.
Full court pressure here.
Foe running the baseline into Etchison, and he's immediately fouled by Smith. And we'll walk to the other end with 22 seconds to go.
Now here's a young man that shoots 78%, but he has missed a couple today. In fact, he's missed 3. So
yeah, 10 of the 13 is Etchison.
I don't want to give him the old broadcaster's jinx because he's better than that. But
89-83. First one up, in.
I'll tell you what, though, he's hitting them when you need him. It's his 7th in a row. Missed 2 in the first half, 1 in the second. But when the chips are in the middle, though, he's hitting them.
Scott Hetty just told his guys, no threes, run them off the line. Etchison missed the second, so splits the pair, 90-83. 20 seconds left. Buchanan to the goal, scores. 90-85, 15 seconds left. Etchison has some open space to burn some clock, and he's fouled by Buchanan with 11 6/10 to go.
Of course, he didn't really have much of an option. He had to stop the ball, and he was in no position to actually get in front of it. So.
Two more for Etchison. These will be free throws 16 and 17 of the day. And that's point number 25 for the junior out of Cicero. Deep exhale. Second one up and in. 92-85. Final 10 seconds. Buchanan dunks it down. And Whitaker's fouled with 5 seconds to go. That should about do it.
Whitaker, as you may imagine, and being a good shooter, is also good from the line. Comes into the ballgame at 84, so.
Well, the Knights are going to snap a 7-game losing streak to Indiana Wesleyan. And this will be the Knights' 3rd win of the season against a top 25 team. Knights will close out the regular season with a 3-3 record against ranked teams, knocking off one of their arch rivals, the number 6 ranked team in this country. Buchanan dunks it down at the horn, and that'll do it. What a senior day win for the Marian University Knights and Scott Hetty, as Marian outscores Indiana Wesleyan 52-41 in the second half. The Knights put 4 in double figures on senior day here at the PE Center and upset the number 6 ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats 94-89. What a comeback and what a defensive second half for the Knights here, Jim.
Yeah, you know, you talked about the 2-3 zone. It did seem to disrupt Indiana Wesleyan a little bit. So, again, both ball games, you know, the Marian Knights found themselves trailing at halftime. Nobody panicked. They just went back to playing night basketball, and both the men and the women were able to come out with nice wins.
Great afternoon of basketball here at the PE Center. I want to thank our great crew, Vince Morelos, our director, Jordan Shue on the replay, Sean Walker, Rob Lynch, Eric Connect, Carlos Alacan the fourth on the cameras. For our great crew, I'm Rob Brown from the PE Center saying so long, everybody.
Does your school offer high-quality education? Does it offer virtual or hybrid options? Marian University Preparatory School educates students in a safe, faith-based environment focused on college and career exploration. Here at Marian University Preparatory School, we empower parents and help students to master what they love and learn as they live. We are now enrolling students in grades 6 through 9 this fall. Full financial aid packages are still available. Act now to make MU Prep your school for 2022.